mountains. Like, just absolutely awesome. I'm moving there, so this is my last hangout from this office, unless we decide to do one in the next 2 days, which sometimes happens. But this is our last BTT team hangout here, folks. I'm moving on up. You know, and I shot a video not too long ago, and you know, this I really want to just share this with anyone. Is you know, 2.5 years ago, I was living in a room probably about the size of this office here. I had my bed, my dresser, my TV, my computer desk. Like, literally, I had to slide from my bed into my chair. Like, I could barely, the chair was like jammed underneath the desk because I could barely fit my chair next to my bed that was there. And I didn't even have my full-size bed. I had a smaller bed frame because the one that I have in my room, the bed that I bought years ago, was too big, you know, so I had to downgrade while I was living there and use a different bed frame. And that was 2.5 years ago that I was living there. And I've since gone on to move cross-country to Colorado, move out on my own into this 2-bedroom, you know, basement unit here, and I traveled a ton last year, so I really wasn't here much, which was amazing. My landlord actually often asked me, he'd say, you know, why are you even paying me rent? Like, you're never home. And, you know, it was kind of funny. My utility bills were low for that reason. It was awesome, you know, but, but now, literally within 2.5 years of moving from my dad's basement, I'm moving to a 4-story condo. It's somewhere between, like, you know, 2,000 and 2,500 square feet, with just an absolutely amazing rooftop patio and a view of the mountains. So I'm super excited, super pumped. And the reason I'm sharing that with you folks is not to brag, but just to let you know, like, you know, if you decide that you want something in life, no matter what it is, you can get it as quickly as you want to get there. You know, you can move there as quickly as you want. You know, 2.5 years ago, before I moved out, probably about 3.5 years ago, I was making $900 a month at my job. Actually, this is about 3 years ago is when I quit my job. I was making $900 a month at my job. That's how much I was bringing home every month. And fast forward 3 years now, I mean, it's just an absolute dramatic shift from where I was then. So really, again, folks, the message is that no matter where you are right now, and I don't care where it is, I don't care what you have going on, I don't care what obstacles you think you have going on in your life, or what kind of hardships you're facing, or what difficult situations you're in right now. And I'm not saying that I've maybe had all the same, you know, difficulties, or mine were worse or anything like that. Because quite honestly, I believe I had a pretty good life leading up to deciding to get a business going. But you know, I think back to a story I heard when I was at an event. I was listening to the owners of a magazine called Networking Times were speaking up on stage in front of about 1,000 people, and the wife was talking about how they had traveled around the world and been speaking all over the place, and they remember one specific place where they were speaking. They were speaking to a group in Africa, and this group in Africa, there was literally a tribe that had trekked hundreds of miles, had walked hundreds of miles to this thing to get to this event just to hear them speak and hear the other people speak at this event, and learn about this amazing opportunity to start a business, learn about this amazing opportunity to transform their lives. And you know, after hearing about this opportunity, you know, they were like, well, we don't have, you know, it's like $500 to get started, or $1,000. It was something like that to get started, $500 or $1,000. Not the little $25 that it costs to get started when you click the button down below that says work with, you know, set your blog up or whatever. I forget exactly what it says, but you know, so this tribe saw this opportunity. They realized that it was one of the few ways that they could, as a whole, get from the complete poverty they were in to something substantial, to something amazing. And so what they did is they went back and they decided as a community as a whole that they actually sold goats. They sold some of their goats so that they come up with the money as a tribe and go start this business, and trek back, pay the money to start this business, and absolutely just go at it full steam ahead. Fast forward, I mean, I don't remember exact numbers, but I do remember that they became some of the top earners inside this company. This tribe of people became some of the top earners inside this company, you know, and made literally again, I don't know exact numbers, but if my memory serves me correctly, it was millions and millions of dollars, right? And so my point in sharing that story with you folks is I don't care where you're at. I don't care what you have going on. If you simply make a decision that you're going to do whatever it is, no matter what, without, being ethical, obviously, without physically harming your body and without physically hurting other people and things like that. Being ethical, if you're willing to do whatever it takes, step up and do whatever it takes, there can be nothing that can stand in the way of you and your dreams should you decide that you want them bad enough. And that was something we learned, the other night from someone who we're going to talk about here a little bit later on, was you got to have big dreams and you got to feed those dreams daily. So being here right now, listening to myself, hopefully inspiring you with that last story, hopefully inspiring you with the fact that I'm moving into a place that's probably way too big for me. And from where I came from not too many years ago, and the fact that I was living in my dad's basement making about $900 a month, to where I am now, having traveled the world and traveled all over the place and been on, so many different vacations. Before I got into this industry, I had been on one vacation in about 4 years. One vacation in 4 years. Last year alone, I went on 22. So, again, I'm super excited right now. That's why I'm going off on tangents here. But we got some quick announcements, some quick things for team members. And then we're going to get into the most important elements of your online success. And trust me, folks, if you don't have this thing right, and if you make the one mistake that I made, you can completely mess up your entire business or have none at all. So before we get into it, folks, if you're on the team, there's a survey that we posted. There's a survey that we emailed out. We want to know how we best can help you, what kind of training we can put together for you, how we can get it to you, all that different stuff. So we've got a brief survey. It takes about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. A lot of people have already filled it out. Thank you for those of you that have already done that. For those of you that haven't seen it yet, it's in the Facebook group. In fact, Chris, maybe you could just pin that to the top of the Facebook group.
Sure.
Pin that post really quick if you can find that. And it'll be on the top of the Facebook group. We're also going to email out about it again, but we want to get your feedback, folks, so that we can put out the right kind of information, the right kind of training, and get you to where you need to be in your business so that you're the one up here sharing your story, not me, so that you're on this video sharing your story so that you're speaking to people and inspiring and speaking life into people as well. By sharing your transformation and your success story and all that other stuff. So go fill out that survey. It takes about 2 minutes. You don't have to do it right this second because honestly, paying attention to what we're doing here is going to be way more important, but it will be in the top of the Facebook group, pinned to the top there here in just a little bit. With that, I wanted to pass it back over to you, Chris, if you're ready to chat.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pin it to the top at the end of the Hangout, actually, so people aren't tempted to go over there because there's no need for it right now.
Nice.
Probably the better idea here. We have a lot of dynamic things going on tonight that we got to be careful about, making sure people don't go too early, or else they're going to miss what we're talking about here tonight. So, did you get all the announcements out of the way there, Jordan?
I think that was my only announcement. Did
we get a list from Andrea about?
I don't see that, no.
She might have sent it to me. At any rate, we might be able to get that in a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to kick this thing off?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, one of the things that this was born out of is obviously, there have been. What happens in this industry is there have been a lot of, everybody goes through ups and downs. Everybody goes through learning phases and then acceleration phases where they get traction with certain things. They get something mastered, and once they master it, they start to realize how easy this can actually become, because then you move to the next level where, let's say, for an example, you may have mastered a traffic source where you have steady traffic coming in. And once you've really focused on that and you've started to get steady traffic coming in, then what I've found is that people switch into a different mode because now they're starting to fine tweak their traffic flow to maximize their opt-in rates, their conversions, and working more on their back-end follow-up process and their conversion process. To get people to buy their, whatever they're selling, to buy their products, join whatever opportunity they're in, or whatever the case may be. And so what happens oftentimes is that people will shift into that mindset and they'll forget about the diversification of traffic sources. Now, the good news is, as a new person who's just getting started and you get traction, it is one of the most exciting things ever when you finally get a stable, steady traffic flow that you can literally just turn on, and you've built up and you've mastered, whether it be a paid traffic source or you may have went and done video marketing and created a bunch of videos, and it finally hit a point where those videos are showing up in the related video section in YouTube a lot, and you're finally starting to get traffic and video views and getting leads every day. Whatever the case may be, whatever you've mastered. The funny thing about this industry is that whatever the case may be, for most traffic sources, they're a dynamic thing. So oftentimes we get into the trap of saying, okay, well, we've got a traffic source. We're good to go. Let's go focus on conversion. Let's go focus on my email marketing. Let's go get better at my content. Let's go get better at creating my blogs that I email my people to follow up with them, to build more trust, to help them. Yeah, absolutely. You travel more, you take more time off. Exactly. And so let's do all of those things, and that's something that it just goes along with it because you feel like you've come from one phase to the next, and in essence, you have in a lot of ways. Because now you have a steady traffic source that you can get better at. You can, what we call, tightening it up. You tighten up your opt-in rates, you keep increasing those, you continue to test your conversions and finding out what emails you send work, finding out what blog posts you send to your list work and convert really well. And so you start to be able to take a look at the rest of the funnel that you have. And the cool thing is that that's a necessary part of learning. However, it's not an end point. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight, because every one of us has gone through a time where we thought we had a traffic source that eventually the nature of it changed. And so you've got this full circle thing that happens where you come full circle and you realize that once you've really developed a traffic source to generate leads and you've got that going and that's working, it's really smart to start diversifying and looking at other traffic sources once you have one running and going and on autopilot. And because if you don't, there's going to be a few stories you hear from other people tonight who have overcome that, who have been in that situation where they've had one traffic source, and what to do about it when that dries up, what to do about it, what to think about it, because no one's beyond it, no one's above it, and everybody's been through it. I myself have been through it. Jordan has been through it. The people that we're bringing out tonight have been through it, and there's a few critical, extremely critical things that you need to keep in mind, and we want to be able to impart to you tonight so that you don't get caught up in that where you stop everything. Where if your traffic source stops, your traffic source dries up, or something about the nature of it changes, you aren't necessarily back at square one. And so, the first thing there obviously is, well, you've learned so much. Now you've learned how to convert funnels. Now you've learned how to email people. You've learned how to follow up and convert, which is true. However, there's something to be said about the traffic source itself, the congruency and the expectation conditioning that you're given when you bring in traffic through a particular source, and you've got to master that through that particular source. And to give you a perfect example, I'm going to throw it over to Jordan here in a sec, is I have capture pages that work from particular traffic sources that convert at like 40 to 45%. In this industry, that's rock star status. But yet I went and tried it with other traffic sources, and I got 3 to 6% opt-in rates. And it was a very humbling experience. And what it allowed for me was an opportunity for me to learn, and I realized how important the traffic source and being congruent with the expectation that you're giving the traffic source and how to convert them properly. So there's a few variables and dynamics we're going to talk about tonight with that. We're going to bring out a few people that have been through that as well, and we're going to talk a little bit about it and teach you guys a few things tonight that if you apply in your business, if you keep mindful of these things, you're gonna start to see results, because we're giving you a mindset here to help you dynamically learn. Okay, we're not necessarily giving you the fish right now. We're going to teach you how to fish so that you can continue to eat every day rather than just one day. So with that, I'm just going to pop it back on over to Jordan, man. What you got, bud?
Yeah, this has happened, really a few different times to me. But the one that hits me is looking back on last year. Now, at the beginning of last year, really started learning Facebook paid marketing. Really started implementing what I was learning and getting good at it to the point where we were able to teach it to the entire team. And a lot of people in our team started getting phenomenal results, started getting more leads than they ever had before, started getting more signups than they ever had before, started getting consistent, literally daily leads, daily signups like crazy, and making a lot of money. And one of the big things that happened to me was because I had so much traffic coming in from this source and everything was flowing smoothly, and I had just literally worked we had pushed really hard to build our team site, to build everything up, to get everything going, and all of a sudden it was like, well, we've done all this work and it's time for a nice little break, and that kind of kicked off with the fact that we had paid marketing in place. Now, paid marketing, folks, is awesome because you get to leverage your money instead of your time to get more customers, to get more new people coming at you, which ultimately, that's the ultimate freedom, right? When you can pay money, which doesn't take your time, is the only thing you can't get more of. Time is the only thing that when you spend it, you can't get that back, right? It's going and going and going, and time is something you can't get back. The fact that I spent, an hour today reading Tony Robbins, I can't get that back. It was a good decision to spend that hour doing that because I'm learning some freaking awesome stuff in here. But the point being is, when you spend that time, you can't get it back. When I spend money, I can make more money. I can always make more money. And when you can spend money to get traffic, to get leads, to get sales, to make money, you can literally turn money into making you more. It's like a cash machine. It's crazy, right? Well, the thing that happened was I stopped doing all the other things that I was doing to generate traffic because this one was working just so well. It was getting me leads. It was getting me signups. I remember one specific ad I put out, and folks, this is an average, but I remember one specific ad I put out cost me $720 in ad spend, and I made well over $10,000 from that single ad. Okay, so you look at that. That's like a 7% ad spend to as cost to income, whatever ratio, whatever you want to call that. That's practically unheard of to spend so little to make so much, right? That's turning $7 into $100. How many times do you want to do that? Again and again and again and again. I want to do it all the time, right? And so I was doing that. Well, what happened was, as I was off traveling and going on trips everywhere, Facebook shut my ads down. They said, you can no longer run these ads. And, foolish of me to even think that would never happen. It was just foolish of me to think that would never happen because, well, the thing was, it had never happened to me, right? Now, I heard from different leaders hey, I remember back in the day when we were doing Google traffic and we were doing Google PPC and things were flowing like butter. If you had money, you could stick it into Google and it was like spitting out money is practically what it was like. And all of a sudden, Google shut everyone's accounts down. They said we can no longer market the home business industry on Google PPC, and their traffic source disappeared overnight. So did their entire business, right? Because they had no more new leads, they had no more new traffic, no more new visitors. I mean, imagine this, folks. If you're running a business, and it doesn't matter if it's online, offline, it doesn't matter if you have a restaurant, a brick and mortar business, or whatever you have. If you don't have fresh customers coming in, your business will not grow. Now, maybe you have a thing where people are paying you monthly for something, and that's awesome. But the thing is, those people are not necessarily, most of those people are not going to be lifetime customers where they're going to pay you monthly for life. They'll pay you monthly for an extended period of time. You need fresh new people coming in order for your income to grow, in order for your business to grow, and in order to make up for the people that are stopping paying for certain things and whatever. You need new people coming in. So last year, when my traffic got shut down by Facebook there, I lost my ads that were actually making me money. And what happened was it sent me into a frenzy. It caused me to freak out, right? It caused me to honestly just freak out. I was like, okay, I don't I don't know where to start now because I stopped blogging for traffic. I stopped connecting with people on Facebook. I stopped doing all these other things I was doing. I didn't have other paid sources, right? I didn't have other strategies in place that I was doing. And getting back on like Facebook and blogging, I mean, that's not something that just pops back up overnight. Like it takes time to build up the momentum to get that going. Like I literally started doing this about 2 months ago, and I'm really starting to see traction here. I'm getting a lot of leads regularly. I'm getting signups regularly, and whatnot from the free traffic. But here's one of the biggest lessons I learned personally is when I had that flowing smoothly, when I had everything going there, if I could go back, which I can't. You can't have stress about the past, folks. Can't have, I can't be worried about the past or what if I would have done this. But what I can say is this is what I learned from the mistake I made, and this is what I will do to prevent that from happening again, right? And so what I will do from here on out is have more than one traffic source. What I will do is when I find a traffic source that's converting, I'm going to stick most of my money into that source, but I'm going to take some of the other money that I'm going to stick into traffic and keep testing other sources, right? What I did last year was I found the sources that were working and I just stuck all of my money constantly in that. And I see people doing this. And they're like, well, I'm getting, 100 leads a day from this source. And I say, that's great. That's wonderful. And you're getting signups and all that. But take 20% of that and pull it aside and put it into testing mode to test different traffic sources, to test other traffic, to build other paid marketing strategies, or even putting something together where you're paying someone to do marketing for you. We have an assistant and she does a lot of my social marketing for me. So I put together videos training her on how to do things. It still costs me money to pay her hourly to do that stuff. But I'm having someone else do things, so I have other traffic sources running, folks. So when you find something, I'm not going to say that you need to go and master 10 sources at once because that would be foolish. Start with one, get really good at it. Find one, get really good at it. And what does it mean to be really good at something? In my opinion, if you can consistently generate 300 leads a month, if you can consistently be generating over 10 leads a day, you can build a very successful business. I've built a 5-figure monthly business on an average of about 10 leads a day, right? If I average out my lead flow for the past 5 years in my, holy cow. I don't even remember when I started my business. 5 years ago. Whoa, getting old. So if I average out the lead flow that I've had over those years, it's about 10 a day is what I've averaged. And you can build a very successful business with 10 leads a day, right? So that I would say if you're doing any kind of free strategies and you're getting 10 to 20 leads a day, anywhere in there, then you're doing pretty well. Now here's what you really want to do at that point is you don't want to just stop doing what you're doing there. What you want to do is figure out how can I compress what I'm doing there. How can I compress that down so that I can get it done in less time, so that I can take some of my spare time then that I've just created by compressing time over here and focus on doing something else, maybe learning a new strategy, maybe plugging into a new paid source. Some of the different things we're testing, it's not like you can just go stick money into something and say, hey, I'm just going to automatically be getting tons of results right away. You have to go stick money into something and test. You have to figure out how to convert, get the traffic to actually click on your capture page. You have to figure out how to convert that into leads. You have to figure out how to convert those leads into sales. You have to go through the entire process, right? So it's not something you just say, oh, well, I'm going to go stick a bunch of money over here and it's just going to work magically. That's something that just doesn't happen overnight, right? So figure out a way to compress what you're currently doing, maybe by hiring someone else to run that part of your business for you, and you can do that for very cheaply, or by figuring out a way to systematize it and get it down to a shorter process, and then sticking some of your other money and other time into something else. So you want to be able to learn different traffic strategies that you can plug into. And with that, man, I want to either pass it to Chris, pull someone out here,
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just like, and I am gonna go ahead and pull someone out, but I do got something that I am gonna speak about real quick as I'm doing this. But it's very similar for me, man. And one of the things that I'm not gonna hammer it and just echo. I mean, I do echo everything you say in terms of what I learned, and but it's very easy to get into a despondent state, and in all reality. It's funny because I had this war going on, and I'm just going to be totally candid and honest with a lot of you, like I have been, like I was at the Miami event, and just let you guys know. I mean, my goal is because I understand that my vision, which I have to be able to fully believe in, has to encompass everybody else's vision in order to stay with and grow with the team. And in order to grow it, I've got to keep growing, as well as the leaders, Jordan and Amy here. And so, the thing is, hey, Mike, the thing is here is if you're going to keep doing this, I had this happen to me because I actually had my Facebook account frozen, similar to what Landon had. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Relearn how to do this, social media, video marketing, SEO, things like that. And so I had one side of my brain that says, look, you're a leader, you just got to keep going, you got to diversify, you've learned other traffic sources and such. And then there was another part that still felt really despondent about now that I was losing momentum in my business. And so, the thing about this was I had this internal struggle where on one side I was still frantically attempting to find another traffic source. And because I was in a state of mind of, this really shocked me out of the state of mind that I was in for the last year, which was in a lot of flow. Things were effortless. And I got into a state of frenetic energy where I wasn't present because I was always so worried about the fact that every day I wasn't having leads come in, I was losing momentum. And I knew that from losing momentum, it was going to take a while, but once I started getting leads coming in from another traffic source, that I would lose momentum and I'd stop sponsoring. I may still be upgrading people because I have a lot of that coming through the funnel as well all the time. People continue to upgrade. So my income didn't necessarily go down, but the amount of my new signups were, my new sales, those were slowing down. And I started to entertain fear and worry about that, even though there was a part of me that was like, you can't do that. My personal development side of me was like, look, you've got to look past this stuff. And in some ways I was, but I wasn't staying conscious of it in every minute. And because of that, I started to be afraid of, well, if I stop sponsoring, then I'm not being the example for others to continue to sponsor and make sales as well. And so, from that breeds dissent and disbelief from people who haven't developed into leaders themselves yet, which, so many people in this team are on a leadership path. And so, this added to my anxiety. And so, essentially, I worked through it. It took some time, but I look back, and obviously, you can only do what's in the present right now. But I looked back to learn from it and realized that I spent too much time worrying about it rather than applying myself and really putting in other diversification of traffic sources. And so because of that, I lost some momentum for a while, and that it caused some issues for my business because you get to a point where you have a lot of people that are upgrading, but if there's not new people coming in upgrading, then that income is difficult to sustain. Now I'm off to a better start than I was last year. Income's up from that about 15-20%. But that should be from the momentum and from everything that was done over the last year consistently. So there's a lot of that there. But I know that I would be a fool to think that that would continue like that without bringing in new traffic sources, bringing in new blood, because that really is the lifeblood of a business. Because you can only, even if you upgrade everybody, there's a certain point where you have new people that you need to, get involved in the process and upgrade, which is one of the cool things we're going to talk about tonight, because there's some stuff happening here where we're going to be putting together some training. We've done a survey, and like I said, that survey is going to be available inside the team site again here at the end of the Hangout, and we're really customizing, as well as in the middle of a lot of testing right now, different stuff. As well as some cool stuff that's about to come out we'll talk about, that's going to combine to really make some awesome funnels and some awesome sources and some awesome stuff happening, and some cool bonuses that we're going to help show you. I'm actually going to show everybody exactly how I have the highest upgrade rates out of over, I believe it's 55,000 affiliates now, or 50,000 plus affiliates now inside of Empower Network, where my customer value is the highest and my upgrade rates are the highest in the whole company out of that many affiliates. There's a method to my madness, and I am going to break down in two separate parts why that works so well. And it's going to be funny because it's going to be very eye-opening as well about you're going to see, and it's going to be like one of those things where, you know, the light bulb goes on and you're going to go, oh, wow, this is all connected, and that's why they do what they do on the Hangouts. That's why they do what they do in the team site. That's why they do what they do in their marketing. And you'll start to notice the subtle things we do that all add up to why we have such insane upgrade rates in our team. So that's going to be a cool thing. So what I want to do here now is just quickly, you know, after I've told my story, you know, and all that, I want to bring out Kevin real quick. I know it says Mike on there, but, you know, obviously, you know, even Jordan says Bob, you know, so don't really worry about all that. But, you know, I want to bring out Kevin and just see how you do. You had a birthday yesterday, didn't you, Kevin? There you go.
49.
Goodness.
Yeah. I'm so prettier than you. I'm so prettier than you are.
Yeah, you know, I will concede that, you know, but you know, I think that I've got one over on you on the wardrobe, because I don't think I'd be wearing a camouflage jacket, you know, to a hangout. That's all I got.
No, I wore a robe last time, and you gave me crap about that. So
you know what? The robe, you had one up on me, definitely. I love the robe. You had like a whole Hugh Hefner thing going on, you know.
Well, now that I'm home all day, I don't. This is actually my pajamas. I don't change clothes.
Isn't that funny?
I go to the store like this.
Oh man! When did you go full time from home, man? When did you officially quit your job? When was that?
Actually, I got laid off last March, and that's when things started picking up for me. And I was on unemployment, and when unemployment ran out, I was earning money, so I didn't have to go back to work. So
Nice.
let's say December.
December, right on.
Yeah.
Gee, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh,
It's funny the topic that you're talking about, because when Chris called me about a half hour ago, I was on the phone talking about this very same thing to somebody else. How to avoid it. How to.
Yeah, tell us about the nature of that conversation there.
Well, I have one traffic source, and that's YouTube, and that could crush. There's some haters out there. You can lose that very quickly, and there's things that I do to avoid that. So far, I've avoided it, but everybody else in my circle has not. So it's become a source of anxiety for me, and so I am starting to explore paid advertising. You know, I mean, this has been good to me. My plan was over the next 90 days to scale it up to 100 leads a day. I'm still going to move forward with that. I still think I can do it. I think I'll probably do it in 60 days. But you know, there's a lot of work to do that. It's going to require a couple hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely need other sources of traffic.
You know, it's interesting too, man, because I mean, you know, Kevin, you've been on the internet for quite a few years now, and I'm sure you've seen this over time. And anyone who's been on the internet for more than I mean, you'll notice this after like a 90-day stretch, a 6-month stretch, a year. If you're actually paying attention and in the trenches and, like, you know, watching hangouts like this, educating yourself, more importantly, taking action, what you'll realize quickly is that what works really well for a little bit of time, and then it goes away, because there's a few different reasons. One of them is so many people start doing that it no longer works. The other one is a lot of the sites that we use, they change things around, right? I remember back in the day, I had a fan page on Facebook. I grew this fan page from 0 to 5,000 fans inside of 12 months for free. No paid marketing whatsoever. And the cool thing about it was that I was generating 5 to 15 free leads a day from that fan page because people automatically landed on a capture page tab that told them some information or whatever. And you used to be able to do that on Facebook. Facebook has since changed since they went public and got their IPO and all that other stuff. Since they have like investors in the company now, they have to watch their bottom line, meaning they can't give shit away for free. And so they took away a lot of the stuff where it was like, oh, it's so easy. I'm have this all running, it's going viral, all this stuff's happening, and I'm just getting leads flowing in like crazy. They changed it, right? Every single platform evolves as the internet continues to evolve. New platforms are going to pop up. Old ones are going to die away. I remember when MySpace was the king. It's no longer. I mean, it's around. I think I haven't been on MySpace in years.
Goodness, yeah.
But the point is, folks, that no matter what you're doing, if you think that what you're doing now is exactly what you're going to be doing, and you might be doing something close to what you're doing now in a year or two, but it's not going to be the same. You're not going to get the same results doing it exactly the same way.
No,
that's just the way it is. So you have to adapt.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that. I still think I can ride what I'm doing for quite a while, 6 months to a year, and I think it'll be around in some form. But you're right, more and more people are doing it, particularly what I do. A year ago, if I was doing what I was doing right now, I'd be making a lot more money because that's the gentleman I was on the phone with. He was a year ago was generating half the leads and making twice the money I was making. And now there's a lot more competition, and that was exactly what this call was about. And most of that call was about this product that's being released now that we were talking about. Yes, he already got it because he was at the last event, and I haven't. So that's why I jumped at the chance when Chris called me to get on this.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that, one of the things that, we're so fortunate, Kevin, that, we've got something coming up here, and you're right, the product has already changed. I mean, it's completely transformed Amy's marketing. It's transformed a lot of people's marketing, and I know that, the current launch that we're having, which is really based around all of this, from the best guy in the business, is going to be a hit, and it's going to help diversify with a lot of this. We'll talk a little bit more about that here real soon, and get into some more details about that. But yeah, Kevin, so I mean, the thing is, it's kind of crazy how you can, put in all this time and energy, and then you start to see things happen, and you almost, you've had that feeling where you've had accounts shut down. You've overcome a lot of it. Can you just, talk very quickly about the things that ran through your mind when you had things shut down and things that went away that you had to go back and redo and learn, and the kind of the energy that comes from it, and the things that went through your mind that help you, first what you were facing, and then also what you, what you did, what you thought, what were the mental habits, some of the, mental mindset things that got you through that to help you get back there.
Well, I mean, you notice right away. I mean, I have multiple channels that produce a lot. If something gets shut down, I see a hit the next day. I mean, now, fortunately, it has not happened in a while. The gentleman that I was talking to, he lost everything in 1 month. He lost every single channel in January. Woke up one morning, everything was gone, and he had just come off of $11,000 a month on Empower Network through this funnel. Hasn't been able to rebuild it. Here we are in the middle of March, and he hasn't rebuilt it. So, I mean, you get that momentum going, it's hard to get back.
How long has it been since that it took for him, since it happened?
He lost them all in January. He lost everything. And woke up one morning, his leads were gone the next day. He has not been able to rebuild it. He's got all his videos back up there, but he can't rebuild it. You can't rank those. I'm fortunate because I studied really hard on how to do this. I have less videos out there, and I get better results than most people because of the way I do them. But it would still be devastating. It would be devastating because right now it's responsible. The funnel, I'm living. This is my income I'm living off of now, so I can't wait for this to happen. I have to take a proactive approach. Even if go ahead.
No, keep going, man. I was gonna say that's exactly it. You can't wait for it to happen. That's the mistake that I made last year. I waited for it to happen, and then I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, when it did happen a few times early on when I was building momentum, but nothing that crushed me. Right now, it would crush me. So I like I said, I can't wait. I've got to take a proactive approach, and that proactive approach at the same time will generate more income for me too. So.
Right.
Now, real quickly, just as another thing here, because you've been able to stabilize that traffic source, and obviously you still continue to build that and grow that and continue to expand your markets there, but you've learned so much from the way that you market, just by doing so much of it. Tell us a little bit about just the process of how much you've learned in your marketing and just how to market better just by doing the sheer volume of marketing that you've done, by the amount of videos that you've created. How much better have you gotten, and what are some of the biggest insights you could tell people when it comes to converting people through video?
Okay, yeah, I can tell you quite a bit about that because I've made a study.
Right ahead.
Okay, if you're interested in doing video marketing, a lot of people do it. First thing I did is I got out there and I got on the leaderboards of different various products of people that are doing video marketing. I watched their videos. Then I studied a lot. If there's a video product, I bought it. If it provided no value, I returned it and got my money back. Because these products, 99% of them are all the same. Each one might have a tidbit.
Let me stop you there real quick, and I want to keep you right here for a second because there's a very good point in this. There's a lot of bullshit out there that people make you think like you're missing out on something, and all they're doing is creating a product to make money, not creating a product to educate you on how to do this thing. So
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
Exactly. If you're interested in doing video marketing, you got 14 seconds to capture somebody's attention. Within that 14 seconds, if you don't get their attention, you might as well forget it. They're not going to watch the rest of the video. So within that 14 seconds, you got to let them know what you're going to do for them. So don't talk about yourself. Don't talk about your life story, about your family, because they don't care. If you're doing a product review video, they don't really care about that product. They care about what it's going to do for them. First 14 seconds of my video, hi, I'm Kevin. If you're interested in XYZ product, that's the reason you're here. This video is for you. I want to tell you I make a lot of money on the internet, but it wasn't always that way for me. I do it without buying products like this, and you can too. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 things. Now, these 3 things, when I say I'm going to talk about 3 things, it gives them a psychological reason to stay to the end of the video. 1, I'm going to talk about XYZ product is and how you can make money with it if you choose to buy it. Number 2, I'm going to talk about the process of making money online. And number 3, I'm going to talk about how you can really get started today. Okay, so I've given them 3 reasons.
You really pre-framed them. You're doing the whole tell them what you're going to tell them before you tell them it.
Exactly. I give them a reason to stay. And within the first 14 seconds, I give them a reason to stay. I let them know it's going to help them, and I let them know that I don't give them any bullshit about me. A lot of people start out videos and say, hi, I'm going to tell you about myself. I was a systems analyst. I made 6 figures a year. Then I got laid off. So 4 minutes in your video, you look at their analytics of the videos, they lost them after 14 seconds. That's it. And you got 14 seconds to keep their attention. And once you do that, you got another 10 seconds to keep the rest of their attention. So within that first 14 seconds, you better say something to keep them online. Another 10 seconds. And in that next 10 seconds, you better say something to keep them online the rest of the video. So in the first 14 seconds, you let it know that this video is for them. It's going to help them. In the next 10 seconds, you let them know that there's 3 reasons why they need to stay on that video. And it's all for them, not for you. And if you are doing a product review, they don't care about that product. They only care about how they can make money online. So here's my product review. All right. If you're interested in buying an XYZ product, you can make money with it 1 or 2 ways. You can either purchase this product and try to duplicate somebody's, learn from it and try to duplicate somebody's results. Not always an easy thing to do. Or you can purchase it and try to sell it as an affiliate. There's a lot of affiliates selling this. They're professional affiliates. You're not going to make any money that way either. So either way, you spent a lot of money. You lost time that you're never going to get back. You may not get the money back either. There's an easier way. That's it. That's my product review. If I do a product review, I spend about 30 seconds researching that product. I get the name.
Wow, I just have to. I'm kind of blown away right now. Like you have this down to a science.
Yeah, it takes. Yeah, the last 6.5 minutes of my video is the same clip for every video.
Well, it's perfect. It's a perfect call to action, and that just totally backs up and confirms what we've talked about in our marketing, where it's the whole expectation, bridging to the right call to action, to the right next step, to the right page, to the next page and all. And so, I mean, the whole story part, that works at the right time for the right exposure, but it's not always in every, in everyone. Like, and here, where you're essentially, and that's the review format, and this is
the story. my story comes into play when they get on my list.
Yes.
And they start getting my emails from me.
Perfect. Nice.
That's when they learn that I lost my job and I had to replace online, and I can actually do it, and it can actually be done. And the only thing it really requires, and this is my thing, the only thing it really requires, and this took me a year and a half to learn, is it requires consistent effort over a sustained period of time, doing money-making activities. That's number 3 in my video, how you can get started today. If you really want to make money online, that's the big reveal.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, Kevin, thank you so much, man. Any last thoughts there about that particular thing that you just want to like help people understand, or wrap up about that at all?
Yeah, a couple things. Mindset. It takes 21 days to reprogram your mind. Okay, so every day, write down 5 positive things that you're grateful for every single day. 5 different things. Do this for 21 days and see what happens. It gives you, after 21 days, after 3.5 weeks, you will start looking at everything else in a positive light, and you will believe things that are possible that you won't believe now. So every day, write down 5 things that you're grateful for. Compliment 3 people that day. Exercise maybe 10 minutes. Try it for 3 weeks. See what happens.
Nice. Yeah. And if you're seeing that in the chat there, Kevin,
and
definitely.
And that was something that I thought, 6 months ago, I thought was bullshit too. So.
And so yeah, Kevin, just one last question. Are you excited to learn about new traffic sources and how to convert those sources?
Yeah, very excited. Very excited. Yeah.
Cool, man. All right. Well, hang around for a bit, hang out with us, chill out with us, and you might be able to pop in here on some other subjects and topics here as well. So unless you got to hop off, just let us know at whatever time. And
my daughter's calling for me to come lay with her. So.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Well, thanks for being on, bro. I appreciate it.
Okay, I'll catch the replay tomorrow. So.
Sounds good, man. All right, bro. Take care.
Later, bro.
Later.
Landon, what's up, buddy?
How are you guys doing tonight?
Man, good, man. Real good.
Cool. So you can hear me and everything, all right?
Yeah, you're good, man. Loud and clear.
Cool, dude. Cool, man. You guys excited about getting some new traffic and stuff?
I would say so.
Vic is such a gangster, man. Vic is such a gangster. His stuff is so good.
Yeah.
I would say that's
Dude,
a good statement.
I had goosebumps that entire video. I was like, oh my god, this is absolutely amazing. It's cool too, man. Like I know I messaged you, Landon, but it was like 7 or 10 minutes, 15 minutes after the video went live, someone contacted me and said, how much is it? How can I buy it right now? My credit card's ready. And I'm just like, you gotta wait a week. You gotta wait a week. Yeah, so, man. Landon, I don't know if you were paying attention on the Hangout here. I don't know, when you got on and were watching.
On and off a little bit, so not a lot.
Right on, man. So, one of the big things we talked about, and I know this kind of happened to you as well, is, we got really good at a specific traffic strategy, and then that was our entire focus, and we didn't have a secondary strategy in place in case that one went away. And maybe you can share some insights on that topic there and talk about that, man, because, that's something, it's something that I was like, oh, it's never going to happen to me. Like, I've watched other people go through that, but it's never going to happen to me. It was kind of, and this is a little bit more, maybe not more extreme. I don't know. Back when I was 18, I had watched, Landon, you might want to close your Christian ears here really quick, but I had watched a lot of my friends get underage drinking tickets and and actually drunk driving tickets when they were in high school. And I was like, yeah, that's happening to my friends, but it's never going to happen to me. And then one day it happened to me, and I was like, oh, it happened to me. It wasn't going to happen to me until it happened to me, folks. And so, the thing about it is like you can always say, yeah, that's not going to happen to me, but just prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. And what we're going to share here tonight, what you're going to see here tonight, you're going to learn how to prepare yourself. So take it, buddy.
Yeah. No, dude, I agree 100%, man. Because I was driving like 98% of my traffic all year last year. Which I don't know the exact numbers that I got. I generated about, I think, 9,700 leads. So, 30,000-ish visitors last year, all pretty much from Facebook PPC, right? Which everyone knows that. I taught that in the team site and everything. And so that's a mistake that I'll never make again, though, because Facebook did shut my account down and stuff. And so that's a mistake that I'll never make again. I'm now that I'm getting back into Empower and everything, I'm actually going to be definitely diversifying between a few different strategies and stuff, and I'm definitely going to be learning from Vic and everything. Obviously, I already own the product and all of that. I'm super, super, super excited to go through that. But yeah, I mean, that's a mistake I'll never make again. Always, like I actually did catch the part in the beginning. It was probably about 20 minutes in. We talked about, master one strategy first. Which I 150% agree with that. Master one strategy first. You need to put all of your focus into one thing and master it. But after you do that, diversify as soon as you can. Because it was like something about 3 months after I'd been running Facebook. It was something I was like, I definitely need to start learning something else. And then it was like a month later. It's like, definitely soon I'm going to start learning something else. 6 months later, like, crap, I never learned anything else. And so, which, I mean, like, if you understand the core principles behind marketing, which is what's really important, because I understand people a lot, right? Especially people in our niche. I understand what makes them buy, what makes them click on a link, what does all that stuff. So whenever you understand the core principles, it's not as big of a deal as just, paying someone money and they going and getting you traffic. You don't really understand where the traffic's coming from, how it's happening. So I understand how to market and stuff, so I'll be able to get the traffic back. But I'll never make the mistake of just focusing on one source again.
Yeah, man. Hey, so where's your tank top, buddy? They want to see your guns. They want to.
Not summer yet. Once summer comes back around, I actually I got my tank out the other day, and I was like, I can't wait. It's going to be like 50 out tomorrow. Tomorrow might be the first day of the winter.
Nice.
Wear it again.
Dude, it was like 65 here the other day, man. We were throwing frisbee in the park. I was running around in shorts, man. It was awesome. Actually, today I was running around in shorts too. I almost got a sunburn. I had to put my shirt back on. It's crazy.
It's like 20 here in Illinois, but yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be warm, which I'm excited about that. I can't wait for which event are you guys going to, by the way?
Definitely Seattle, and possibly one other one. I'm not sure which one yet. Yeah.
I'm going to Seattle and New Orleans.
Cool, dude. Yeah, I'll be in New Orleans for sure, which I know Brett's going to be in New Orleans, and a few other teammates, so that'll be a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the cool thing is I just got the call yesterday. It looks like I'm going to be speaking at the Seattle event.
Dude, that's gangster, man. Now I wish I was going to Seattle, because I know Angela's going to be speaking there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's gangster.
Yeah, well, somehow I get the feeling the other leaders in BTC are not far behind either. So.
It's hilarious, Brett.
Throwing that out there. And yeah, Brett, what Brett said is hilarious as well. Anyways, hey, I got a quick shout out. This is important. This is cool. I think these little things that may, when you look back, seem like little things, can seem like some of the biggest obstacles to get past at first. And I think due to our hangout from a couple weekends ago where we were talking about the obstacles that were bringing people, that were stopping people from moving forward, Colleen Brown, congratulations. She just put in the comments probably about 10, 15 minutes ago that she actually recorded her first video.
Oh, awesome.
And she had some anxiety around that and hadn't done it. Been around for a while, has not done a video yet. And now she's recorded her first video. We're going to be able to see it inside of the 90-day challenge for people. So congratulations, Colleen. Everybody give Colleen some love. And just, I'm so happy for you, Colleen. You've been around. Awesome. You've been here. I mean, you even gave us like the coolest gifts ever. She gave us some slippers at Anaheim that she made herself for us, which was so cool. We've even made a cool video about it. We were all putting them on, trying them on, and everything. Had all kinds of fun. And, Colleen, I'm just so happy for you. So congrats, and just look forward to realizing that, isn't it funny that it'll get so much easier after this? It was only hard the first time before you did it, taking the first step, and you take the first step, and then look at what happens. So congratulations. Look forward to seeing you make a lot more videos. And that's just one of the cool things that everyone here can learn from, is that, it only seems hard before you do it. And when you finally get out there and do it, yeah, it's not going to be perfect the first time around, But it's just like traffic. It's just like, some people will try a traffic source for like a day or like 3 days, and they get, they don't get any results, and they're like, this just doesn't work for me. Well, thank you for affirming that, because you just made it come true. Because the real mindset needs to be, okay, what can I learn from this, and what else can I try? Are there other dimensions to this? Are there other angles I can choose to use in this marketing to attract these leads? And don't give up. That's the cool thing. I've been doing that, and recently here, cool thing for the team, just as a little bit of an update here, I was just talking with Jordan about this before. I was actually really, really excited because I had a traffic source that I have been testing for a while, for about a month and a half or so, waiting to see if I get conversions out of it. And I had not ever been able to get a very high opt-in rate and wasn't able to get conversions on it yet. And so I was holding it back from the team. It is a paid traffic source. It's kind of a different animal altogether, and I had to learn the animal. And I'll tell you, some of my highest converting pages that were at 40 to 45%, some of them that were doing 60%, from other traffic sources, I used those same pages, and I got a 3 to 6% opt-in rate, and I was like paying like $5 a lead, and I was like, oh my goodness, So I was like, okay, well, let me just keep with this for a while and figure this out, and I failed. There was literally like 17 campaigns that I ran where I could not get over a 6% opt-in rate, and then finally one. There was this one, and I got professional help from someone above me that I paid to look at my stuff, and I tweaked a few things, just only a few small minor things, and I also took most of the material from Jordan. I stole it from him, honestly, and I got a 19% opt-in rate, and I was thinking, okay, I got something here, and so I played with that for the next 3 weeks. And then redid a few things after working with Jordan a little bit more on it, and looking at some stuff and talking about it and everything, and then him taking and doing some variations as well, and us masterminding together. And so we're working behind the scenes, guys. Don't think we're not. And then what I found today, running a new campaign, is that I'm getting a 44% opt-in rate, and we'll see how the conversions go. And so that's just an example of a progression that people go through when you master something, where it takes, I failed 17 times. How many of you, and here's the real question, how many of you would fail 17 times before you got it to where it was significant? How many of you? And then did it the 18th time to get better, and the 19th time to get even better, and the 20th time, and then the 21st time to where you finally, the 21st time, funny enough, that number 21 comes up again, to where I finally started getting real results, and my cost per lead is, like $1.52 right now, which is better than I can get anywhere else right now. So really cool, and once I really get these conversions, because I'm not one that is short-sighted. A lot of our industry is short-sighted, where we look at trying to just get opt-ins, and as many opt-ins at a high opt-in rate, but we don't always make sure that the expectation conditioning and the congruency at every step, at every exposure, is congruent with the person's expectation of what they're going to receive from you. And so when you make sure those funnels are congruent and you bring them through that process and that follow-up process, sometimes it takes 2 to 3 to 4 weeks before you see conversions, and you've got to run the test from like 30 to 45 days normally. And so now, if you get some conversions before that, then obviously we'd pull the trigger and release it to people as well if we've got hot conversions on it. But it all comes down to the numbers. And so here we are testing this stuff, and now it's really starting to work. And we'll see as the progression goes through, see if we actually get conversions. Because right now, I've come to another level, and we've got another dimension to it. We've got good opt-ins. Now we've got lead flow. Now can we keep it up? So it's just one of those things that you guys want to think about as you go through this. And these are one of the things that you're going to learn in this traffic formula that we're going to talk about here in a minute as well, learning from the best of the best here. So, that's a cool deal. And we're going to have someone else come out here in a minute. But I just want to pop it back over to Landon real quick, because, Landon, you went through, I want to really... Normally, I don't want to revisit this stuff, but I always feel there's more to learn when you look back, because you've obviously been able to transform yourself And you normally only want to talk about struggle after you've been through it and learned from it and come out the other side of it. And yes, you lost that traffic source that you went through before. You had your Facebook account shut down. And I want to know what you really gleaned and learned from that, in a sense of how you could take what you had learned and apply it to other things.
Oh yeah, well I mean it's cool because well, like number one, the obvious thing that I learned is to never ever put all of your eggs into one basket. In the beginning, focus like crazy, just like we've all talked about, but never ever just sit there and be like, this is my traffic source forever. Always be testing new things all the time. But yeah, I'll be able to take everything that I've learned from Facebook, and I'll be able to get back on Facebook. We're working on some cool stuff, so I'll be able to get back on Facebook. But I'm definitely diversifying, and this time around, I'm doing everything very different, much more like professional. Like there's kind of like grades of like going up like scales and stuff of traffic, right? So like this time I'm going to be like testing every little detail of which traffic source is converting into how many leads and how many sales and how much I'm paying at each traffic source to acquire a sale. So we're going to be doing everything much more different this time to succeed in a much bigger way, to take everything to a whole nother level of game. Which is really, really exciting, and I would start that in the beginning, because that's not something that I did. I didn't test or track anything. I just sent all of my traffic to random places. But whenever you're like creating your campaigns and stuff, I would create a new list for every single traffic source you're using, so that you know. And what you can do, and the easy way to track it, because it's tough for us to track stuff because we don't control the order pages. And so, like whenever you control your own order page, you can put a tracking pixel on there and see when people buy. What we have to do is kind of do it manually, but what you can do is you can go into Empower Network, take the email address that someone buys from you, and then you can see when that person got on your list, what traffic source they came from, and things like that. And so you know where all of your sales are coming from. Because what I was basically doing, I didn't really know. I was really only doing one strategy. So for me, it wasn't too hard. But I didn't really know where all of my sales were coming from, how it was all working. So I was basically just putting all of my energy everywhere. But it's kind of like the 80-20 rule, where basically like 80% of your results will come from 20% of the work that you do. So whenever you test everything, you'll know where your results are coming from, so you know where to focus, how to apply more, of your time and energy to the places that are actually working and stuff. So I'm doing everything at a whole different level this time. That's going to be bigger. I'm changing, as far as my marketing message goes, I'm changing that a lot, just from stuff that I've learned over the last year, which is a lot of times kind of what I did was I kind of went from a message of like, this is the easiest thing ever, buy this, you don't have to do any work, things like that. And it's because it's sort of easy to sell that way. But the truth is you can get just as many sales by saying, this is hard work, but it's worth it. But what happens is instead of 3% of the people buying either way, a certain percent will buy, except whenever you say this is easy, it's the easiest thing ever, only $25, the 3% that you might not want to buy, who's not going to take it seriously, is going to buy. But if you say, hey, this is hard work, but it's worth it, if you're willing to work hard to live your dreams like I am, this can work for you, then you're going to basically be attracting a whole nother qualified and level of person to you, someone who's going to take it seriously, people that you can really lock your arms with. So I'm not only, I'm changing a lot, is what I'm trying to say, to really take things to another level. That's kind of, the progression of, of learning a lot over the last year. So that's kind of some of the things that I'll be focusing on this time.
And I don't mean to gloat here, and Landon, I love you, okay? And because I love you.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah, I love you. Trust me, I really do. But I do, and I just have to say this. It's funny. I swear to God, I remember saying something about this with the type of traffic and the expectation you give people coming in. I swear to God, I swear I remember saying that a couple times.
I mean, it was what it came down to is that was my first success ever, and so it was like, well, it's like working. I don't want to change it, but yeah, we are going to be changing it. So.
And it was funny. We had that, you had that conversation with a few other people as well, and I really believe it is going to change everything and change the game for you. The reason I know that is because it's what I do with my type of marketing as well. And now you're using that same message where you're, pre-filtering and pre-screening somebody, framing them a different way coming in. And from what I know, just from my own personal experience, the upgrades and the retention are insane and amazing. and my numbers reflect it. And so what I can say here is what you're saying right now, I can fully back up and confirm from that type of marketing. I've seen your marketing. I look at your marketing. I'm watching your marketing right now, and I know that because there's those elements in there, it is going to work because it's worked for me. So yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. And I look forward to you're going to explode again, man. You're going to take off and really launch again. Really will. I have no doubts about that whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, well, it's time to be excited because we got a few cool things coming up here, and I think what this comes down to is that at every particular junction in my marketing career, as well as Landon and Jordan attest to this as well, at every when you really turn a corner, there has been somebody that has come along that has said the right thing at the right time to help you add another dimension and look at your marketing in another light that has helped you recreate yourself, maybe cause you to market a little differently, possibly get you to attempt different things and frame things differently in your marketing. And what it's done is taken you to another level. At every time things have gone to another level, there's been someone that's appeared that was more qualified than you in order to do that. And for me, it was David Wood. At other times it was Aaron Rashkin. At other times it was a few other leaders in the company. Then other times it was Landon. And a few other times it was Jordan. I learned things from Amy as well, other leaders in my team. And I learned things from Kevin. I learned things from a lot of people. And every time I've learned, the right person came along at the right time to make this happen. And the crazy thing is I always thought, what if I could just package that? What if I could just package that whole thing of all of the different dimensions to marketing that I've learned from people and take it to the next level and be able to just take that in a box and just give that to people? And funny enough, the guy that most of these people learn from, that have helped me, and that David Wood himself learns from, that is the #1 producer inside of Empower, has now done exactly that. And now he has a launch coming that, for those of you that are already in the team, some of you were able to take advantage of it early at the event, which is why we always tell you to go to events, because you get special deals like that. So make it to the regionals, because there's something cool coming there too. And you get to have the product at half the price normally, with special bonuses you get for free that normally are going to be an upsell and an upgrade for people. So you definitely want to be at the next event. However, this is happening right now. Some of us have gotten access to just taste a portion of the bonuses that we're able to buy it at the event. And the second part of it, the meat part of it, is going to start here real soon, after we finish the free promotional series, the 4-day launch, and that is happening right now. So if you're an existing Empower Network affiliate that bought at the event, the moment the cart goes live, you're going to be able to collect commissions. If you didn't buy it at the event, then the moment the cart goes live, you want to be able to buy it, and you still would want to have been marketing it to everyone you know, because as soon as you buy it, then everyone who's buying it, you're going to be able to collect commissions from. And this thing's going to be amazing, because this is the best of the best. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I know when to submit to essentially an authority that knows more than me. And my best month, was in the 20,000s, and this person's best month was in the 700,000. One of the things I learned. So just comparatively, one of those things.
You'll learn maybe one thing.
Right. Yeah. And so the thing, I was just like, if I could just learn one thing from this person, right? And the other thing is that, I talk about, 40, 50% opt-in rates, which I can normally get pretty well. But when I hear of someone who gets the amount of sheer volume of traffic, like 100,000 visits and 40,000 leads in a day, and they're talking about their opt-in rates are at 70 and 80%, I'm listening. I'm all ears to find out. Because in order to do that, let me help you understand, guys. I've been marketing for about 4 years now online, and I've never been able to get that type of a opt-in rate. And so for someone who can do that, that's unheard of in the industry. I mean, 40% is rock star status. To double that, are you kidding me? I'm all ears. I'm going to listen. And because what that requires is extreme congruency and expectation conditioning that are whole other dimensions that I haven't even learned yet. And I'm excited to be able to do that. You should too. So that's one thing I have to say about it. But we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute. The cool thing is we've got some extra bonuses for you guys that want to get that product. One of them being what I was talking about earlier, which I'll just close the loop here real quick again, is the training I'm going to do, 2 parts, could help people understand how to increase their customer value, if not double it, which is one of the experiments I'm going to be doing with Landon as well. We're going to, effectively, I'm going to work with him to double his customer value from what he projected, and he told me what he wanted to do, and I said, I think you should double it, and I think that's where we'll go, and I'll help you get there. And that's one of the trainings that I'm going to do for the team as well, and help you guys understand. It's going to open up whole other dimensions. But what I'm really looking forward to is being able to learn and grab everyone and kind of be here where everyone's, the people that I'm teaching, I can grab their hand here and I can reach up to Vic and I can be pulled up by him, and I can also pull up others, and Vic can also pull up everybody that buys that product that he's going to be releasing through Empower Network, that people are going to be able to earn, like, I think it's 70% commission, guys. I mean, like, wow, So, and you don't see that in the industry except in Empower Network anyways, those types of commissions. So, which most of them are 100% commissions of our product suite. So anyways, what I want to do is quickly jump over and say, hey, Willie, how you doing, bud?
Hello.
Hello, we hear you.
What up? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Loud and clear.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you guys again.
How things going for you, man?
Landon, buddy. Good. Getting some things out. I'm glad the different phases of discovering traffic, so I'm learning some new things as I go. I'm like in the newbie stage of finding things out, and so it's a really cool journey. It's fun though. Had my pro blog fail, which was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That was exciting. Yeah.
So how have you noticed? I mean, your traffic has recently really picked up, and I know when you first came in, you got quite a few signups in your first month or whatever, and I don't know how you did those, but now, like, you've been consistently getting a lot of signups and consistently making a lot of sales. Your traffic has dramatically increased. Just talk about that, man. I mean, like. I'll be honest, like I said, you can build a successful business on 10 leads a day. You need to have 10 of the right leads a day to build a very successful business on 10 leads a day. So man, Willie, just talk about it. You've been cranking out lead flow, traffic, and getting signups like crazy, man.
Yeah, I started last year. Landon, he told me to jump on Facebook advertising, so I did that right away, and I got a few signups off the bat. 3 days. I remember Landon, he texted me one morning and said, "Hey, dude, what are you talking about?" But I wasn't too educated about the back office and whatnot, and yeah, it worked off the bat. But then I guess I wasn't doing some of the right things to continue that, so I struggled to really get the traffic flow, and I was wondering, hey, how come I'm not getting emails? Like, I would want, it's like I wanted people to magically sign up, but I realized I wasn't getting the traffic. But then, like I said on the last hangout, came across somebody at the Miami event. They told me what they were doing. The conversation lasted about a minute and a half. I said, okay, I'm gonna try. I did that, and like the day I did it, I got 31 leads, like in a day. and then a sign up. Like, I don't know.
That is awesome.
You know, that's after of yeah. I guess Facebook had changed different things, and the strategies, like you guys have said, kind of got out of date. So that was exciting, and then um, I guess I increased my ad spend, and then was getting a lot of leads. I think my largest amount in a day was, I think, 71, something like that.
Gangster.
Yeah, 71 leads, and with the traffic I was targeting, um, the I was getting sales back in February, the beginning of February was when it turned on. But when the new sales video came out, I realized I didn't get any signups for like 2 weeks, and I was thinking, that I understood conversely. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the new sales video is like it's coming more from a make money online niche, and I was targeting network marketers, and I was saying in my ad that hey, there's a simple 3-step system you can use to build your network marketing business. You can leverage the internet so you don't have to chase friends and family and waste time in meetings and that kind of thing. So what I did is I hosted the old video, and then the conversions came back in. So that was like a light bulb to say, oh, okay, now I know what Chris is talking about. Being congruent through the beginning, through the middle, through the end. And I also put a bridge video in between my ad on Facebook, in between that and the sales video. And I managed, at first, only 50% of the people were going through my bridge video. I was just tracking the button that said, show me more. But then I tried a few different things, like, I would explicitly tell them to click the link below. And then I was edifying Dave in my bridge video. And yeah, I think I said click the link like 3 times. The bridge video is finished. At the end of the video, there's a big arrow that says to click on the button. And that went up from 50% to like 80% of people clicking through.
Nice.
So yeah, so it's been a discovery. And what I learned, and Chris said all of this. Let's say that you guys are so smart. You got top of your traffic, right? You gotta stay at the top. Because the last couple of days I wasn't really eating as I should have, and I noticed the CTR and the the cost per click was going up, and when that the clicks go down, so now I gotta hustle back, like, and get redo the ad so that because people are seeing the same ads over and over again, so let's be through, and let's get traffic. So
right.
The journey I'm on right now, definitely per day, because now I understand, right? You gotta know your target audience, and you gotta know what is it, what's their pain, what's hurting them, what are they struggling with, and you gotta put that in the ad. So for me, it was network marketers, and network marketers. I was a network marketer. I knew that I hated chasing friends and family. I knew that I hated hotel meetings. And so I put that in the ad. Are you tired of XYZ? Are you tired of phone calls? And like a lot of people don't like that, so they can find the ad. Hey, I don't want to chase friends and family. So that's what I do. And yeah, and send them to the bridge video, to the sales video, and so that's on right now.
Killer, man, killer.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sweet.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay with Willie. That's all. He's got a little bit of a delay going on.
Perfect. One thing I wanna throw out here, folks. I know some of you are in the team, and some of you are just here, checking out the team and seeing what's going on. And Landon, if you're still watching, have a good night, Chief.
Yeah.
What I want to say, folks, is if you haven't realized by now, learning how to get traffic is the key. Now, I pay people to send me traffic as well, and you can do that same thing. But understanding every part of the process, understanding traffic, understanding conversions, understanding how to get your own traffic is ultimately the key to you being able to build an unstoppable business. Because, let's just say, for example, and I'm not saying this would happen, but let's say you come into a team and you're able to spend money and they get you traffic and whatever. What happens if all of a sudden that traffic source goes away? Now, in the beginning, I remember when Empower first launched, we had a traffic source that was converting like crazy. I mean, you could spend $100, $200 on traffic and get anywhere between like 2 and 10 signups from that amount of traffic, right? And it was flowing like crazy. It was doing really well, and all of a sudden one day it just stopped converting, right? And so to rely solely on someone else for everything, is not necessarily, like, I'm not saying don't still rely on that, don't still plug into stuff like that, but understanding how to generate your own traffic, understanding how to generate your own leads is ultimately going to be able to allow you to write your own meal ticket for anything you want to do. I mean, I want you to think, folks, if you can imagine an offline business, maybe some of you watching have an offline business. Can you imagine getting 71 people who've never looked at your business before to walk into your store in a day? 71 brand new people who've never walked in. Now, more importantly, they didn't just walk in and say, hey, yeah, I'm interested. They not only walked in, but they signed up to receive information from you more and more about your store, about coming back and buying stuff from you, right? So it's not like, hey, someone just window shopping, browsing in, poking in. They're actually coming into your store and put their name and address and all this stuff down and said, please contact me. I want to know more about your business. I want to know more about your products and services. I want to know more about how I can buy them. That is what Willie did there. He got 71 leads in a single day. And when you click, there's a button down below here, below the video, in between the comments and whatnot. You see a guy there that says, click here now, watch over my shoulder and see how I got 100,000 visitors and up to 40,000 leads in a single day internet traffic formula. Click on that button right there and go put your email address in on that page. When you click on that button, you're going to come to a page that's going to ask for your email address. The reason you want to do that is because maybe you've seen this around, maybe you've seen it from other people, but what you'll notice is there's a link below there here that says click here to get the $59.91 in bonuses. We here in Team BTC, some of the leaders, we've put together some different training that we're literally giving you, that we've got one training that we're giving you absolutely for free. You click there, you don't even have to put your email in, you just get to watch the training, right? It's a training on how to increase your customer value, not as in-depth as what Chris talks about, but you're gonna get some really amazing stuff about how to build a team online, how to increase your customer value, all that amazing stuff. That's for free. We have some other bonuses that we're giving away to the people who purchase Internet Traffic Formula through someone on our team. So you want to make sure that you purchase it through the person who invited you here tonight. You want to make sure to get on their mailing list and bookmark that page, because you want to go back to that page when you purchase the product. This coming Monday, the product goes live, and you want to make sure to purchase it through that. I explain everything in the video on that page, but just to clarify, you want to make sure to get it through whoever invited you here tonight. Anyone on the team, you buy it from anyone in Team BTC, and you're getting all of the bonuses that we talk about on that page. The link that says click here to get the $59.91 in bonuses. When you go there, you're going to be able to watch a video. Now, you don't need to go watch that video right now, because you need to pay attention to what Willie's going to talk about, and we got someone else coming out as well to share here in just a moment. Pay attention to what we're talking about here, because you're learning some amazing things. I mean, if you just listen to what Willie talked about, understanding congruency and conversions and how to increase, he increased his click-through rate from one page to another from 50% to 80%. You guys realize that that's almost doubling, meaning if he was getting 50 people to click the link and go actually watch the sales video, he's now getting 80 people out of 100 instead of 50, right? Like, that is amazing. That's an amazing increase from one simple tweak. If you heard what he said, he told people specifically to click on the button down below the video and go there, kind of like I'm telling you to do right now. I'm giving you a specific call to action to click on the button that says watch over my shoulder and see how I got it. put your email address in on that page, and you will be connected with the person in our team who invited you here tonight. And when you purchase Internet Traffic Formula through them, you will get access to all those bonuses. We're going to have them put in a place on the team site. We're actually doing them all live, and then we're going to put them on the team site. So you'll learn all about those bonuses on the bonus page. The other cool thing is when you click there and put your email address in, there is 3 training videos, actually I believe 4 training videos, teaching what Vic did, as well as some of his people that he helped coach on how he got, like Chris said, 50, 60, 70, 80. One of his people even got an 86% opt-in rate, meaning 86% of the people that landed on a website put their email address in and said they wanted more. That means 86% of the people that looked at a store decided they were going to walk in and potentially buy something, right? It's absolutely amazing to get that kind of conversions. He teaches the kind of stuff he's doing to get that inside the free training series that you get when you click on that box, when you put your email address in on that page, and when you decide to buy the Internet Traffic Formula through the person who invited you here tonight. We've got some just absolute amazing bonuses for you. And one of the cool things, folks, is the bonuses that we're giving you. And I got to say this, is there's a lot of people out there saying, yeah, we're going to give you, XYZ traffic trainings. It's like, isn't that what the frickin' course is about? Why are you giving people more traffic strategies? Like, the course is chock full of traffic strategies. We don't need to give them more traffic strategies. We need to give them information that is going to help them apply what they learn inside those traffic strategies, but also what's going to happen after that. So that's why all of the bonuses that you see us putting in there, all of the trainings that we're giving to you aren't going to be how to generate more traffic. You don't need to learn how to generate more traffic. That's what the course teaches. We're going to teach you how to take that traffic that you're generating and get more conversions and then increase that customer value so that when you get a customer, it's not worth $25. It's worth, Chris's average is, I think, $1,140, right? My average is worth $840.
And that's not recurring, by the way. That's just up
front end, right? That's amazing, folks. That's amazing, right? Like, imagine what you can do to generate a customer. Then, like, when you know that a customer coming in is worth $1,140 to you, you're a little more free to go spend $200 to acquire a customer than if you have a customers coming in and they're only making $25. You're kind of scared when you're like, oh, this one cost me $75 to get this customer in. Like, it shifts the game when you understand the stuff we're going to teach you, when you understand the training we're going to give you to generate all the traffic you want. You're going to get inside the course. Landon is going to talk about how he gets 1 to 5 signups on a daily basis. How he did that last year with email marketing. So he's going to teach you in a series on exactly how he did that. Chris is going to teach you upgrades, and then myself, Amy, Chris, we're going to do live Q&A we're going to go through the course with you, do live Q&A to answer your questions. So you want to get plugged in with what we're doing. You want to join with the person who brought you here. You want to, now here's the other thing, folks. You could just join Empower Network, and then when you buy Internet Traffic Formula, you'll know that you're getting it from the person who invited you here. If you click on the button, what does that button say? I don't even remember what the button says. Get your viral blog here. Join Team Be the Change now. If you click on that button and you join right now for $25, you will be underneath the person who invited you here. And then when you go ahead and get Internet Traffic Formula in a few days' time when it goes live, you'll automatically be set up with the person who invited you here. You'll automatically get access to those bonuses. You won't have to think, hey, am I buying it from the right person? You'll already know that you're buying it from the right person, and everything will be amazing. So again, click the button below, put your email address in, check out those bonuses. They're absolutely amazing, and stay in touch with the person who invited you here tonight, because you're in the right place at the right time with the right person, with the right team to set yourself straight. So with that, I want to pass it back to Chris and Willie. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the last email out to the last person here.
Absolutely. And what I want to quickly, just real quick here, just to put people's minds at ease who are watching the Hangout, if you are a member of Team Be the Change and you have invited people to this Hangout with your username and everything, with your coded username to this for people to join, not only is just the viral blog coded to you, but also that opt-in page that gives the 4-video free series launch formula and the bonuses page. Those are all as well coded to you. So if you invited anybody here, those people are going to get credit. And the cool thing is, for the people who haven't joined yet, these same systems and processes will be in place for you. If you decide to become an affiliate and decide to promote these products as well, you can promote this stuff as if you were the one that created it, and you are going to be able to do this, take advantage of us selling for you, us giving bonuses for you, us being able to promote for you. And this is exactly what happens. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, the cool thing here about what we're going to talk about real quick here before I jump over back with Willie, because I got a few questions to ask him as well, is what we talked about briefly is one of the bonuses we're going to give here is how to increase your customer value. And I want people to understand a few simple things about this, and a few things that, if implemented, change the game. You need to understand that the basic front end buy-in for our products inside of Empower Network. The Viral Blog, which is the place that is your own online journal. You can use it in many different ways. You can blog about whatever you want. You can blog about giving specific information and training about things that you're knowledgeable about. There's a lot of different directions you can go. You can create videos and put them on your blog and email them to people. All that stuff, right? Well, that's just the $25 product. That's the beginning. That's not the end point. That's just the beginning. And it's great if that's all you can do right now because you want to test out the system and find out what other training we have to offer, which you get more of at the higher levels as you buy more of the products, the training products. We give complimentary training that fills in the gaps, just like this product here with Internet Traffic Formula. We're filling in the gaps, just like Jordan was talking about. You're going to be able to get traffics and conversions and all of that, but you're being able to create retention where people stick around and continue to pay every month, which puts money in your pocket month after month, residually, passively, and to be able to have people upgrade to these higher products. There is a science and a formula to that. And here's what I'm going to tell you. When it comes to traffic and conversions, I'm going to listen to the number one guy inside of the product suites that has created the most traffic and conversions that there is in all of Empower Network, and that's Vic. And this product's launching. You're going to be able to buy that product and learn from him. But I like to follow that theory for everything, where I learn from the best. And I'm not the best at everything, and I'm not the best at traffic and conversions. I know what I'm doing, but I'm not the best, which is why I'm very excited about this, and I'm going to learn from this. However, there are a few things that I do very well. And in fact, like we said earlier, when it comes to customer value and the amount of people that upgrade and the retention, my numbers are number one. Just like Vic's numbers are number one in traffic and conversions, my numbers in upgrades and upsells and retention are better than anybody in Empower Network. And so what I would recommend to you, just like I listen to the best of the best in what they're best at, I want you to be able to learn from the best of the best that's best at the other elements of the game. And I was approached and asked if I would train on this stuff. And I actually said, maybe in the future, because I want to give my team the integrity I always have before and offer the bonuses that I've offered them only to them. And it wasn't specifically a bonus that I've advertised to people because I haven't done it yet, but it's something I wanted to do for the team first. And so I'm going to release this training to the team exclusively. So you've got to join Team Be the Change in order to be inside of this training. And real soon we're going to be implementing an API system where it tracks who you are, and you're going to either be inside the team site at the correct product level or not. And in order to get this training, you have to have bought Internet Traffic Formula. We're going to put it at that bonus level. So if you don't buy Internet Traffic Formula, you're not going to have access to this training where I show you the science step by step of every element that's required to be able to have very high retention, extremely high upsells, and have your customer value increased dramatically, by 2,000, 3,000, 4,000%, depending on where you're at in the game. We could, if you're a seasoned marketer that's having results, we could very easily double your customer value. If you're brand new, we could probably increase it from wherever it's at, $25 to $100 per sale, up to $500, $600, $700, $800 per sale as well. That's what's possible with this. And so that's one of the bonuses we're going to give you, and I'm going to show you guys for the first time ever the actual things that I do that I've never told anybody else about. I've never showed anyone. I'm going to show you guys. I'm even going to do some mock live examples. I may even record actual sessions that I do with people so that you guys see real time how that works. And so that's the type of bonuses that I want to give to you. But the thing is, you got to buy this thing through our team. You got to buy it through somebody in Team Be the Change. And it doesn't matter if it's me. It doesn't matter if it's Jordan. It doesn't matter if somebody who you got an email from or you saw an invite on Facebook from that sent you here that's not on this Hangout, but trust me, they sent you their link. If they know what they're doing, they sent you their coded link, and they're going to be coded. So if you're here, then that means as long as it's coded to that person, we can check that, and you have access to this bonus if you buy Internet Traffic Formula through somebody in this team. So that's one of the things that is really important, because we're taking this to the next step. We're offering and giving you our best on what we can do. And here's the other cool thing. The other bonus here is email marketing training. The best in our team at that was Landon. And you just saw him here on the call here earlier, and he had to jump off, so would love to have had a chance to have him talk a little bit about that. But one of the messages that we got as he was leaving was, hey guys, I'll talk to you all in the morning, I'll get that email marketing training done. The cool bonus we're going to have here for you is that, Landon is one of the best at following up with his people through email marketing, and there's a science to that. He's one of the best. So once again, the same strategy applies, that if you want to be able to have people come in through your funnel within 7 to 14 days, start dropping through that funnel and having signups and conversions happening, Landon's the best of the best at that. He did that from traffic sources that had very, very few front-end conversions, but had amazing back-end conversions, because his email and follow-up processes are very scientific, and he's going to lay those out and break those down for you so that you can implement that in your business and have more people fall through the funnel and make sales and more signups on the back end, even if they didn't decide to buy on the front end. So you're capturing more money on the back end that you're going to be able to upgrade from the training I give you. So those are just 2 of the 3 bonuses. I think we have another one there, Jordan. Real quickly before I go to Willie here, Jordan, you got I don't remember. I haven't looked at the page in about a day. I did watch the video, which is awesome, by the way.
Yeah. Well, we're doing 3 live coaching sessions. Where we're as people get the product, start going through it, start implementing. And this kind of coaching is typically reserved for people who've spent $5,000 with our team, who own all the products, who own the master's course, which is a $3,500 product. This kind of coaching is only reserved for them because it's literally hands-on coaching, and we have so many people in the team. It's something we could never give away to the masses, right? Because imagine if you have 500 people every week asking you questions, it's going to take you hours and hours and hours and hours. And the people, the people who have gone through the products, have gone through the training, have implemented what they're learning, are given the ability to come to you and ask questions. Well, when there's less people doing that, you can give them more one-on-one time. Again, it's typically only reserved for people who spent $3,500 on the master's course. But when you get the Internet Traffic Formula here, we're going to do 3 of those sessions. We're not going to replace the master's calls on Wednesdays, folks. You're still going to get those alone. Don't worry. We're not like plugging people into that call or nothing. They're not stepping on your toes or your parade. Don't worry. This is going to be in addition to, we're going to do 3 separate live coaching sessions where you get to go implement what you're learning. We're going to be implementing with you because we've got the course, and I can't wait to go through this thing. So you're going to be able to go through the training with us, go implement, come back to us and say, this is what results I got, like what can we do to make it better, and we'll coach you and help you, and we'll do this for 3 sessions. So, God, I mean, just absolutely amazing what we're going to do here.
Well, the cool thing is that we're going to learn all this traffic and congruency and conversion training, and I'm going to be able to apply all of those teachings to the processes that I use in my upgrades and upsells to make it even better. And then we're going to be able to share that in those live trainings as we go along with you guys and run with you and work with you and develop this along the way as well. So I'm really excited about that because I can plug that into other dimensions of my marketing and just putting them all together. The chemical word is synergistic. The synergistic effect of all of these different elements, the sum is greater than all the parts. So it's not 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. It's 1 + 1 + 1 = 9. And that's what it's going to be like in our team once this is launched, once we go through this process. And here's the cool part. This launches, we have a couple weeks to be able to get this going. And then our 90-day challenge starts. You want to be locked in. You want to be ready. You want to be ready to be able to do this thing to where you're kicking off, getting traffic, you've got conversions going on, you've got your upsell process in place that we're going to teach you, you want to be able to be on these calls so you're incrementally getting better every week, and then you get the 90-day challenge where you have the one missing element that most people miss, which is consistency. Okay, so the 90-day, imagine what the 90-day challenge is going to do when people start driving massive traffic, okay? Then you're going to be able to really put this thing on fire because, you could do all this stuff, but if you don't do it consistently, you're never going to get any momentum to make this thing work. Because we've got the 90-day challenge, it is going to give you these daily action plans. You're going to be able to implement what you're doing into your daily action plans. You're going to be able to implement your daily action plans into your weekly stuff that you're doing. You're going to be able to test and track what you're doing. You're going to be able to see what's happening and course correct along the way and continue to build more and more momentum. And the cool thing is you'll have amazing success on the other side of this 90 days as well as being a better person if you apply everything we've done here. Because here's the cool thing. The best of the best at the 90-day challenge is Jordan. He's done it 3 other times. He's created 6-figure earners out of that 90-day challenge from people that got started, went through the 90-day challenge. Now they've become 6-figure earners in the industry in whatever their chosen niche is. And so he knows how to do this thing. He's not done it just once and experimented. He's not done it just twice. He's done it 3 other times and been successful, all 3, by the way. So we're going to be able to combine these bonuses with you with the 90-day challenge that if you've got to get in before it starts. Once it starts, it's closed off. We're not letting anybody else in. That's why we gave you guys a month and a half to be able to get started in this thing, do your video, get set up, and get rolling inside of that. Once that starts, you can't get in. So you got to get in before the deadline. And I'm not even going to tell you when that is. You just need to get in and do it now. Learn what the 90-day challenge is about and go ask to be a part of the group. If you're in the team, sorry, it's only open to people in Team Be the Change. There's some reasons for that people inside Team Be the Change are going to be very, very grateful for. We've got some cool secrets in there we're going to share. So with that, you guys want to be a part of this. It's really the 90-day challenge internet traffic formula, the bonuses, the BTC formula, and Team Be the Change is what's really going to work here. So putting all that together, you're going to get here what you're not going to get anywhere else. So with that, I just want to quickly come back around to Willie real quick. And what you got there, bud?
Hey, man. I'm excited about all that stuff you guys have coming. Oh, man. Guys, click on the button and join. Please. I'm excited, man, because I was getting these $25 signups, but now of course I need to work on the upgrades. So that training, whew, I can't wait. I don't know what else to say.
yeah, and that's cool, man. Real quickly, just so people know, and I want to come back to you here for a sec, Will, is there's 3 different things that you see below this video. Just to be clear, just to clarify, the first one is so that you can get your viral blog and get started inside of Empower Network with Team Be the Change. That gets you inside our team system, okay? Number 2 is Internet Traffic Formula. You're going to see that banner there. You're going to see that image of Vic sitting there where it says, how I got over 1,000 visitors and 40 leads in one day. You click on that. That's going to give you the 4-video series. And the coolest part, the best for last, is if you look below that, there's a hyperlink in blue that says click here to get your over $5,000 in bonuses, whatever that exact number is. And when you click that, that's going to give you the extra training we're giving you for free right now that you don't need to even opt in for yet. And then on that page, you'll get some free training, and then you'll be given the next couple steps to do at that point. And so that's what you need to know. You probably want to just make sure you get all 3 there right away and become an affiliate with our team as well. That's a $19.95 affiliate fee monthly that allows you to resell all the products that you buy inside of Empower Network. That includes the $25 blog. That includes the other products. That includes Internet Traffic Formula. When it launches, you're able to sell that product as if it was yours. That's the cool thing is, guys, for people who are make money online marketers and always think they have to create their own products, you get to sell a product that has all the integrity and all of the authority behind it that there possibly could be. And they leave nothing to chance. And so instead of you having to take the time to go and create a product yourself, you can go and sell this product and earn 70% commissions. Most of the other products inside of Empower Network, you earn anywhere from 80 to 100% commissions in. So the good news is that simple $20, $19.95 a month allows you to be able to resell those as many times as you can. So it allows you to be an affiliate and collect the commission. So you definitely want to get started, become an affiliate with us as well, in addition to the blogging system and getting on the early bird list for the 4-video series for Internet Traffic Formula, and take advantage of the bonuses, which you get right now. And the first training, and then the other stuff comes as soon as the launch happens, and when we schedule our live webinars and training for it, you'll get to be a part of that if you buy the products. So I want to quickly jump back on over to Willie real quick. Willie, man, this has been awesome. Thank you for coming out, man. But it's been cool. Yeah, man, it's been cool to hear you talk about the evolution that you've gone through here. Do you got anything else here as we wrap up?
Like I said, sorry, not like I said, but like Kevin said, mindset is everything. You have to be persistent, and that's what I'm learning. You gotta be persistent. It doesn't always, it rarely works like on the first try, and you'll have ups and downs, but you just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep pushing through until you get, that goal that you have. My goal is to retire from my job June 29th, so I'm excited about that. I wrote it out. That's my goal. That's my mission. There's no turning back. Napoleon Hill says, when you make a goal, burn all bridges of retreat, go forward, regardless of the ups and downs, and you'll hit your goal. So I'm excited. So, guys, mindset, do your training, do your reading, do your audios, keep your intentions there, and done. BTC, let's.
Right on, man. Cool. Appreciate you. Really do, man.
All right, guys. I gotta hop off.
All right, brother.
Take care, buddy. Have a great night.
All right, take care.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, man. I've got not much else to say. You guys heard it. You folks heard it here tonight. Not just from me, not just from Chris, but from multiple people. Understanding traffic is the key. Having more than one traffic source so that you don't get, so that when yours someday isn't working as well as it was, or if it gets shut down or something, you're not left high and dry and scrambling around like we were. Understand that plugging into learning how to get traffic from the best of the best. A guy that's literally generated up to 100,000 visitors in a single day, a guy who's made $700,000 his first month inside the company. Understand that when you plug in and learn from him, I can't teach you what he knows, right? But I'm excited to learn what he knows, and I can give you, just like you can bridge, you can be the bridge to that education, to that information by sharing his course with other people, by selling his course to other people. You can literally just bridge yourself to the information and say, hey, I don't know how to get 100,000 visitors a day, but he does, and here's how you get here. You buy the course from me, right? It's that simple, folks. It's that simple. The bottom line is, click the link below, get started with our team, get plugged in, get onto that waiting list. And it's not even a waiting list anymore because there's live videos there. There's one live already that walks through some amazing information, some amazing training. Tomorrow he's going to go live and show you step by step how he created his marketing campaign. So you want to make sure to watch video 1 tonight before video 2 goes live tomorrow at 12 Eastern. And check out the bonuses that we have. Check out that page. The free training there is something we could have easily charged $500 for, if not more. I know because I've spent literally tens of thousands of dollars learning the information that we put inside that free training. So to give it away for free, it was it was kind of a little brilliant idea that Landon had actually. He said, you know what? There's a lot of people offering bonuses and a lot of people saying my bonuses, here's what you're going to get. The bottom line though is, how do these people know to trust you, right? Like, you can say your bonuses are X, Y, Z, whatever, but what Landon said is, if we give them a training instead of just making them have to buy for that first bonus, they'll know that the rest of the bonuses are going to be worth way more than what we're putting on there, right? They'll know by learning what they're learning inside that free bonus that we're giving away. It's just absolutely amazing. We'll prove ourselves to people, right? And so that's what we've done with you. We've proved ourselves to you. And just being transparent there, that's exactly why we did it. We wanted to make sure that you understood what kind of value we had to offer, what kind of training we had to offer you, and got to build that little bit of a relationship with us, learn some stuff, go out and implement it for all, go out and implement it and realize that what we're teaching you absolutely works. Get in, get the course, get the traffic course from the person who invited you here, and the rest of the bonuses are yours. So, the last thing I'm going to leave you with is, make sure you've opted in, make sure you're watching that bonus training here tonight, make sure you get started with the person who invited you here tonight, and I'm done. Chris, if you got anything last thing to say, go for it.
Yeah. I actually do. I got one last thing here, and it's this. those of you who saw Kevin tonight, it's funny. I started getting messages from people like, "Man, who's this guy? Where does he come from?" And obviously Kevin's bringing in anywhere from 3 to 6 people a week right now, and his customer value is increasing as I work with him, which is one of the things that happens when you start producing. We start making sure that you're maximizing what you're doing. I'm doing it with Landon. I'm doing it with Kevin. Doing it with a few other people. But something here that is an unofficial bonus for you. I'm gonna sweeten the deal even more for you. How about that? This may not be on the bonus page, but I am going to promise this here live, public on the Hangout, so that you guys know this. Is that I persisted with Kevin for a while. And I originally approached him a while ago about training, and he said, man, the thing is that what I do is a finite thing. That if I train a lot of people to do it, I'm going to, be training my competition. It's going to be more difficult for me. And I explained to him that I understood that phase as a marketer that you go through, where you tend to think things are finite, and you tend to think that there's only so much to go around, which in all reality, when you learn the prosperity mindset we teach you here through Team Be the Change, this process Kevin has gone through, and through that I helped explain to him and help him understood that that's not really the case. And so what I told him is, look, you have a certain niche that you do this in. However, your formula applies to just about any niche. And all you have to do is adapt to the needs of that niche and offer them accordingly what they're looking for. And so when I explained that to him, he agreed with me that opened up whole other worlds for people, and that he really couldn't create competition for himself in that light, because people have many different niches they can go into. And so what he finally agreed upon is that he would train and show his formula for video marketing to the team. Now, the cool thing is he has his own funnel that he built that works very well for him. And what we're doing is we are now in the process of putting together the right elements and recreating that same funnel for the team that we're going to be putting into testing mode here before long. And that is something that we're going to give to people. But here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing about it. We are not going to be offering this only at the $25 level. We're not going to be offering this on the Inner Circle level. We're not even going to be offering this at the Viral Blogging level. This may or may not be at the $500 level, at the High Ticket Academy level, Costa Rica Mastermind level, or it may even be at the $1,000 15K per month formula or internet traffic formula. We still have to work that out. The reason for that is because this training is something that, quite frankly, we don't want to just give you something that is worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for only $25. We actually believe in people paying for the value that they receive, because then they actually appreciate it, they implement it, they go through it, they apply it, implement it, and get results from it. And so we could offer you so much more value at that low price, but we don't want to necessarily create any element of competition, and such that Kevin was talking about, because there are some people that would just go exactly copy what he does in his same niche, effectively, where as he was talking about, yes, that has created some competition for him. So we're going to make this at this higher level. So that's one of the things that, as another thing here, joining Team Be the Change, you want to take your business seriously, you'll have access to, is to learn that formula that you can apply to your video marketing and whatever types of video marketing that you do. And just learning that formula and that dimension, you'll start to understand how to market better overall in anything that you do, because you'll be able to learn the elements of that and be able to apply that to blog posts, to ads, Facebook, anything else that you do. And so it all ties together. It's another dimension. It adds another dimension and sheds more light on your whole marketing puzzle that you're putting together. And that's what we're going to do here for you. So it's 11 o'clock. We're at the 2-hour mark. Our time's up. We love you guys. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you take advantage of, and I hope you do. I mean, if you don't, I just don't understand why you wouldn't. But take advantage of those bonuses. Click those links. Get on the right lists. Do the right thing, and we'll see you on the inside. We love you guys. Take care. Night.